options. President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table.
Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table. But as commander-in-chief, there's no greater priority or responsibility to this president than, of course, protecting the American people and protecting our troops. President Trump, why?
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to my other apostles, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bacharim, the house of David that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times, and to be the ruling governing body of the nation of Yash'Allah. And what you just watched was Leave It response to military draft fears and Fox News interview. It says White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the lady that appears on my screen. All right, she's the press secretary. Spoke with Fox News in response to concerns about President Trump's reign of forced conscription into the military, conscription meaning draft, because a military draft will come. All right, let's get a few scriptures on that. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Slovakia. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And it's going to be a lack of men out here. Men are going to die in various ways, and it's going to be a scarcity of men. And one reason as well behind that is a lot of them are going to be drafted. They're going to be sent over there in the Middle East and fight in World War III. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Okay? And a lot of you independent women, you're going to be through out here. Okay? And Isaiah 4:1 is coming. How seven women shall cling unto one man, but not just any man, a man of the Lord. The elect man. Okay? And a lot of brothers are going to dismiss a lot of you women. Okay? It says how a man shall be more precious than fine gold. Again, talking about the men of the Lord, the elect men. He's going to be more precious than fine gold. All right? So if you sisters are, very few sisters, if you have a man of the Lord, or if you don't have one, pray for one. But when a woman gets with the man of the Lord, one of the elect men, hey, count yourself as blessed. Okay? Because that's really your only way to get delivered. Okay? Revelation 16, verse, I'm sorry, 14, points in 16. It says, "For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty." All right, World War III. Okay, and that's going to be taking place where? In the Middle East. Okay, it tells you what in Joel. Let me get that real quick, and I'll come right back to this. Joel 2, verse 20. "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, American troops, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate, that Saudi Arabia, all right, the Arabian region, with its face toward the east sea, the Euphrates River, and its hinder part toward the utmost sea, the Red Sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things." Dead bodies. All those troops over there are all going to die. Okay? It's going to be nothing but dead bodies. And the remaining ones, they're all going to fight until Yahweh Shah returns with the host of the holy angels. They're going to try to fight the Lord, but they're going to get obliterated. Okay? 2nd Ezra 13th chapter tells you how. They're going to get laser beam zapped. All right? And just for edification's sake, let me show you a map of that land that's barren and desolate, as well as the East Sea and the utmost sea. Okay? Bam, right there. I'm gonna zoom in. The Euphrates River. As you can see, partly it starts in Turkey, it runs through Syria, and the majority of it runs through Iraq, going all the way out to the Persian Gulf. Okay? And the utmost sea is the Red Sea. And between those two bodies of water, we have what? Saudi Arabia. That's going to be the hot zone. That's going to be like the main place where World War III is going to pop off at and be taking place at. Okay? All right, let's return. Let's go back. Revelation 16, verse 15 now. "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth." And that's what we're doing. We're watching the news, and we're watching for prophecy. Okay? And we're warning. Okay? We're doing these lessons. All right, going out the highways and byways, preaching. It says, "And keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame." Right? Repenting and keeping the faith in his truth. All right? And just enduring all the way into the end. And until hopefully we're part of the elect. I'm part of the elect until we get delivered. All right? It says, "And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon." Armageddon, God in the Hebrew, like the tribe of Gad, meaning troop. So a valley of troops. That's, again, the hot zone of World War III. It's going to be in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. And it's going to be nothing but troops over there from many various nations. All right? As you can see right here, Armageddon, the hill or city of Megiddo. But again, the Hebrew, it's really the valley of troops. So let's get Joel. I'm gonna end it off. So I can. And again, it's gonna be a military draft coming soon. It may not happen now, but coming soon. When there's a decline of bodies, they're going to need more soldiers, more troops. All right? You just had, 2,500 Marine Expeditionary Units, MEUs, that were sent over there to the Middle East in the Persian Gulf on a U.S. vessel ship. All right? So it's, it's not boots on the ground yet. All right, it's amphibious, meaning on the waters, okay? But sooner or later, it will become boots on the ground. Like the lady said, right now it's just airstrikes, but it's getting closer. All right, it's getting closer. I already got Joel 2, verse 20 earlier. Those troops, the Northern Army are being sent over there. All right, gradually, okay, gradually. We're seeing the gradualism of that scripture coming to life. All right, and then it's gonna be at its full fledged where where it says its ill savor, his stink shall come up. Roughly paraphrasing it. Okay, that's gonna be That's gonna be when World War III is at its full height. All right, but again, what has to come first is world economies falling apart, the American economy falling apart as well, obviously. The MOTB, which is the RFID chip, and then World War III will pursue right after that. And because of Iran blocking the Strait of Hormuz, this is definitely going to sabotage world economies. Well, right now, actually, Iran just said that they will leave the passage open, because that Strait of Hormuz is in the Persian Gulf, all right? And that passage is right between the UAE and Iran, okay? And they just said that they're going to let other nations go through that passage, all right? And 20% of the world's oil goes through that passage, you see? But they said that the only countries that can't is the U.S. and Israel. So expect high inflation, less commodities. It's going to be a scarcity out here, right? Which is all, that's prophecy as well. Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, was verse 22, I believe. All right? Verse 20 or 22. Let me see. Let me check real quick. Things are happening quick. Okay. Right. Second Ezra 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, stores empty. Warehouses are, with commodities empty. Okay, stores, your grocery stores, all empty. People are gonna panic buy. No cargo ships coming in. Okay, it's gonna be a disaster out here. All right. Lucky about that. I have this Edomite trying to look at me crazy. And never, Edomites are losing. It's lucky about that. But Joel 3 verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Okay? All these nations are preparing for war. You see a lot of these nations doing military drills, but they're all going to be led where? To the Middle East. All right? The focus point right now, the world's all focusing on the Middle East right now due to this war between U.S., Israel, and Iran. All right? You see? It says, be your plowshares into swords and pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened. All right, and again, these nations are investing into weaponry, okay? You see? It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment in the Hebrew. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, and that's in the Middle East, the Saudi Arabia, the land that's barren and desolate. Again, like it says in Joel 2, verse 20. Okay? The Lord's gonna, drive the Northern Army, American troops over there, which again, it's happening gradually. 2,500 Marine troops just went over there. Okay? So we're seeing a gradualism of that, and it's gonna increase over time. All right, but once they do that military draft, oh man, and again, people are being sent over there as of right now. Okay, people are already in the military, but one day it's going to be forced a military draft like they did in Vietnam, but they stopped it in December 1972. Okay, and they did it through a lottery system dictated on birth dates. All right, so that's going to come back again. All right, that's going to come back again. Okay. So hopefully this is edifying. All right. On to the next one. Shalom.